This is a good man too. If you haven't seen the first one, go watch our recap of that. But if you haven't, basically, recently divorced Ethan ends up falling for a hood rat girl named Ari. Ethan is a professional who had his life together and well off. He gifted Ari a bunch of things and expected Ari to bear his children. Ari was always doing hood rat things and was trifling though, still sleeping with her ex Chaos behind Ethan's big back. Ethan ends up witnessing the two getting their freak on, so Ethan kills Chaos's family first, then Chaos, then shoots Ari. Let's continue. Ethan has a nightmare of Ari accusing him of killing her, and he wakes up panting heavily because he has sleep apnea. Thankfully, his new girlfriend Shalise calms him down, still wearing her Tyler Perry wig in bed, and they go back to sleep. Later that day, concerned about Ethan's consistent nightmares, Shalise confronts him about it, but he assures her that everything is fine as he's simply dealing with his past trauma. Shalise feels frustrated that he's neither opening up to her nor ready to move on, so he promises to go to therapy. She leaves for work, and while he goes to do his laundry, he's reminded of the torturing he did. Later at work, Ethan stares at his picture with Ari, and Matt walks into his office to inform him that he has gotten a therapist too. Surprised, Ethan asks Matt why, and Matt says it's to understand why Ethan got engaged to a hoe. Ethan tries to defend Ari, but Matt says he's just calling a spade a spade. Shortly after, Ari's mom, Miss Ward, shows up at Ethan's office, asking for her daughter's whereabouts, but Ethan says Ari ran away with Chaos, so she threatens to have him dealt with if the evidence points back to him. Ethan is underestimating Ms. Ward because she was a former gangsta gone good. Ms. Ward goes straight to the police to file another missing person report. She yells at a they-them, and now we know where Ari gets her confrontational attitude from. Detective Monica Evans offers to help her with the case. Ms. Ward narrates all she knows to Monica, suspecting that Ethan has something to do with Ari's disappearance. But the detective also theorizes that Ari might have eloped. Ms. Ward gets pissed at her, but Monica promises to do whatever she can and says she'll get back to her. After work, Shalise eats with Ethan, and she discusses how violent some of her school students are. When Ethan suggests coming to her rescue if she's ever endangered, Shalise says he would not be able to handle it, indirectly calling him a soft guy. Ethan immediately resents her attitude and recalls what he did to Kay when he said the same thing about him. "Miss Shalise girl, run." Later they watch a movie, but Shalise starts kissing him and lures Ethan inside to have a taste of his baby carrot. While clapping her cheeks, Ethan chokes her for pleasure, but zones out as he recalls Ari grinding on Kay and nearly kills Shalise. Frustrated, she gets out of bed, dresses up. Meanwhile, Ethan is full-on in his birthday suit, rocking back and forth. "I was laughing on the floor, y'all." She demands a break, suggesting that Ethan go to counseling, and she leaves Mr. Big back. Days later, Ethan takes Matt to a vast acre of land and informs him that he wants them to expand their real estate business there. Miles shows up shortly after, and they strike a deal to develop smart homes. There's so many bald-headed folds in one scene. Days later, James, Ethan's elder, bigger-backed brother, shows up at Ethan's place to confront him about what led to them having to dispose of 4 bodies. Ethan snaps at him for talking about it, but James reminds him that his kids and wife are on the line. "Wife? Excuse me, but James is giving fabulous." Eventually, Ethan opens up about seeing Ari cheat, and after he killed her, he's been having nightmares ever since. Ethan wishes Ari was still alive so he can kill her all over again. Seeing the poor state Ethan is in, James says his secret is safe with him. On his way out, he sees Monica and Parnell at the door. James calls for Ethan, and the detectives interrogate him regarding Ari's disappearance. Ethan talks with them for a bit before telling them he's busy and that they should have the conversation another time. After they leave, James starts having heart palpitations, but Ethan calms him down and assures him that nothing will happen. Meanwhile, Monica gets home and vents to her husband Aaron about the case, but as soon as she sees him drinking, she explodes at him for forcing her to carry the entire weight of their household. "See, your first mistake was marrying that dusty, crusty man." Apparently, Aaron is on trial for his police partner killing a kid, and because of that, Monica became the sole income earner. Monica takes off to clear her head. The next day at a work meeting, Ethan zones out as he remembers the killings he committed a couple months ago. Quickly, he excuses himself to the restroom, where he panics but composes himself and returns to the meeting. Afterwards, Monica calls him, asking for a face-to-face interrogation, so he sends her his boat address. She shows up at his boat, and he invites her inside for a discussion. Then she interrogates him concerning Ari's disappearance, but he feigns ignorance and says Ari eloped with Kay. Still, the detective finds it strange for any woman to leave a wealthy man like him, but Ethan lets her know that Ari is for the streets. After the interrogation, Ethan takes Monica on a boat ride, and apparently your girl don't have survival skills. She opens up to him a little about herself. He rizzes her up, and she falls for him so quickly. "Y'all, I don't see how this foreign woman would fall for that." They exchange contacts, and after work hours, Monica ditches Aaron with the pretext that she's on call. Aaron doesn't believe her, and Monica says he doesn't get a say since he broke Oz. The two argue some more before she leaves. Chubby Ethan and Monica meet at a property he just bought, and he asks her for advice on what the place can be used for. She suggests a fitness gym since Ethan needs it. Intrigued, Ethan asks if she'd like to open one, but Monica tells him she doesn't have the dough for it. So he says he'll help her, on the condition that he gets to finish what they started at the boat. At first, Monica tries to refute him, but he kisses her, and he ends up having a buffet. After that, he shows her around and walks her to her car. Outside, they hold hands and discuss their next meetup. But unbeknownst to them, Detective Parnell takes their photos. Several days pass, and Monica grows closer to Ethan, spreading her cheeks while Aaron sits all by his lonesome. Miss Ward, on the other hand, continues to worry about her missing daughter and cries as she searches for her. One day at the station, Ethan sends Monica flowers and a dress for a planned date that night. Unable to bear Monica's trifling behavior any longer, Parnell confronts her privately, but Monica tells him it's none of his business. He then reveals that he's been tracking her movements and knows everything she's been up to, but she shrugs it off since she believes Ari ran away with Kay. The two argue, and she slaps him for being rude, reminding him that they aren't dating anymore. Dating? Monica girl, your wig so far back, it's making your taste in men questionable. Convinced that Monica is unfit for the job, Parnell threatens to report her behavior to the captain, but she doesn't bat an eye and leaves the office. After work, Monica dresses up, and Aaron asks her where she's going. She lies and says she'll be hanging out with her female colleagues. The story doesn't add up since he knows Monica isn't a girl's girl, but she brushes it off, calling him paranoid and blaming it on his drinking problem. Tamu Adam Levine admits that he's an alcoholic and pleads with her to make things work, but Monica tells him she has to go. Meanwhile, Miss Ward visits Ethan and demands that he confess to killing Ari. She pulls out a gun and threatens him. He wrestles the gun from her, overpowers her, and chokes her to death. While choking her, he confesses to killing not only Ari but Kay and his family as well. She ends up excreting jizz and dies. Afterward, he drags her body into a closet, and just as he catches his breath, Monica rings the doorbell. He quickly hides Miss Ward's belongings and goes to answer the door. He welcomes Monica in, and she notices he's all sweaty. He blames it on meat sweats. He tells her to feel at home, then goes to take a bath. While he's away, Monica's detective instincts finally kick in, and she begins snooping around the house. But when she gets to the closet where Miss Ward is hidden, Ethan shows up and prevents her from seeing the skeleton in his closet. He takes her to the dining room and they feast. Then she asks him to take her to the bedroom so she can thank him properly for the gifts he bought her. Like a lamb to the slaughter, he leads her upstairs and they creak the bed passionately. Meanwhile, Aaron calls Monica's phone repeatedly, but she's currently investigating Ethan's crevices. As for Parnell, he pulls up to Ethan's place and investigates Miss Ward's car. When he gets a report confirming the car belongs to Miss Ward, he rushes into the house and breaks in through the back door. At that moment, Ethan tells Monica to send him all her bills so he can take care of them, but she starts feeling guilty and confesses that she's married. It immediately dawns on Ethan that he's having an affair, just like the people he resents. He snaps at her, calling her a pathetic, selfish, and worthless hoe. Monica quickly gets dressed and prepares to leave before things escalate, but suddenly she hears Parnell's voice from downstairs saying he found a body in the house. Realizing he's been had, Ethan attacks Monica and knocks her out. He leaves her splayed on the floor in his room as bait for Parnell. When Parnell rushes upstairs to check on her, Ethan attacks him from behind and knocks him out too. Ethan then carries both of them into his vehicle and takes them to the basement of one of his real estate buildings. There he ties them up, gags their mouths, and waits for them to regain consciousness. When they wake up, he reveals that this will be the second time he's gotten rid of people in a basement. He says they were both difficult to carry because Parnell big-backed and Monica full of sheet. He reveals Miss Ward's corpse, informing them that she tried to kill him, which is why he killed her. He stabs the corpse repeatedly, causing the detectives to freak out. They beg him to let them go and promise to get him help, but he calls them liars and mocks Monica, calling her a gardening tool. He then reveals that Aaron is on his way, and Monica grows furious, threatening him not to harm her husband. To make a point, Ethan uses a sledgehammer to crush Parnell's knees, then attempts to kill him, but Aaron calls him just in time. Ethan picks up the call and uses a gun to control him. At first, Aaron rushes to Monica and gently tends to her, but Ethan stops him and coerces Monica into confessing her hotation. Slowly and painfully, she admits she's been having an affair with Ethan for the past few months. Ethan adds fuel to the fire by claiming that she also had an affair with Parnell. Aaron immediately loses it and tries to strangle Monica, but Ethan stops him. Instead, he hands Aaron a weapon, and Aaron uses it on Parnell. Afterward, Aaron turns to Monica and breaks down, furious at her betrayal. But rather than hurting her further, he vows to kill Ethan. Seizing the opportunity, Ethan tricks gullible Aaron into looking at Parnell and uses an axe to kill Aaron. Monica screams and curses Ethan for killing her husband, but Ethan coldly reminds her that she killed Aaron too. He drags Parnell's dying body closer to her and uses a hook to kill Parnell. Then he pours gasoline over the corpses and Monica and tells her he's finally accepted that he's a monster. He lights a match and burns her alive along with the others, and the fire incinerates the entire building. Totally unhinged. The following day, news of the fire airs on TV. A reporter interviews Ethan, who feigns ignorance about the incident. After the interview, he flirts with the married reporter, who looks like Ari, and asks her out to dinner, and she agrees. That's the end of the movie, and I don't think there's plans for a third. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is one. Ethan goes crazy. What did you guys think of this one?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.